Welcome back to the Azure Fundamentals Masterclass. In our previous lesson, we introduced Microsoft Entra ID and learned that it is Azure's cloud-based identity and access management service. We discovered that organizations use Microsoft Entra ID to manage identities, control access to resources, and provide secure sign-in experiences. But that raises another important question. Who exactly are we managing? And how do organizations manage hundreds or even thousands of users efficiently? Imagine that FIT grows into a global training organization with instructors, administrators, and thousands of students spread across different countries. Would it make sense to manage every person individually and assign permission to one user at a time? Probably no. As organizations grow, managing users individually becomes difficult, time-consuming, and prone to errors. This is where users and groups become extremely important. A user represents an identity in Azure, such as an employee, student, administrator, or a guest. A group is a collection of users that allows administrators to manage permissions and access much more efficiently. Instead of assigning permissions to hundreds of people individually, we can simply assign permissions to a group, and everyone in that group automatically receives the same access. In today's lesson, we are going to explore how Microsoft Entra ID manages users and groups and why they are a fundamental part of identity management in the cloud. By the end of this lesson, you'll understand how organizations organize identities, simplify administration, and improve security using Microsoft Entra ID. Remember, you've got to understand first, practice second, and conveniently masterable. Let's get started. So this is lesson 25. And we'll be looking at understanding users and groups in Microsoft Entra ID. And the focus will be to look at who are users, what are groups, and the types of users available to us, the group types, and why organizations use what groups. So just focus, simple, but we'll take our time to understand them. So this is a very simple picture trying to explain users. So you've got our instructor, our administrator, you've got the application, your device, and students. So Microsoft Entra ID, identity management. Okay, so let's get into it. So what then is a user? So we say that a user is a person or identity that can sign into Azure resources. So as far as you're able to sign in, then you are termed as a user. Even on your personal computers, you sign in with an account, right? So that's what a user is. So examples could be instructors, administrators, or students within an organization. So you sign in with your domain name, which is your email address. Sorry, not your domain name per se, but your email address and a password. So that's who a user is in simple terms. So let's look at a very simple scenario. So FIT has 50 instructors, 10 administrators, and 500 students. So the question here is, how do we manage access for everyone? So I'm going to do it individually, and that is what this lesson is about, trying to understand the concept before the practice. So 50 instructors, 10 administrators, 500 students. How do we manage access for everyone? So I'm going to find out in a bit. So this is where a group comes in. So that a group is a collection of users. So once we put all the users into groups, then we are talking about a group. So instead of assigning permissions to every user individually, we assign the permissions to the group. So your small family structure, we have the mom, the dad, and the kids. So that is one group. So let's say the ovens, or let's say the Datsons. So that is a group. So whatever permission we assign to that group, once you are part of that particular family, that particular permission is inherited. Okay, so we've got a group which is a collection of users. So we've got FIT instructors, John, Mary, David. So whatever that permission are assigned to the group, as far as the user is part of that group, that permissions will be assigned to all the individuals within that group. I believe that makes sense. Then why use groups? So the benefits are enormous: easier administration, better security, faster permission management, and reduced errors. So an admin without groups will just be confused. So if you're about 500 students and you need to maybe assign certain permissions, you cannot be doing that individually. That would be tedious. So the best way is to put them into groups, which helps with easier administration, better security, faster permission management for reduced errors. So that is as simple as that. So we've got an example here. So we've got a FIBA, we've got McGee levels, and we've got a summer, and they are in a group, which is the FIT instructors group. And maybe we've got students like Kobe, Amma, Paco, and that's also another group on its own. So when we bring the users, we put them into a container, then that is a group. Okay. So we've got FITs, we've got various groups within our organization. So at the admin group, the student group, and the instructor group. So we'll also have user types. So we've got members, employees inside the organization. So let's say Fifi at FITTSGH.net. So and so at FITTSGH.net. So that's employees of the organization. Then we also have guests. So you can have people, external users, invited into the organization. So maybe I've got something I want to collaborate with another company. We can invite them to join or collaborate on that particular project as an external user. And Microsoft Entra ID makes that possible. So people inside the organization are your members, and guest people outside the organization, like your external users, partners, vendors, invited users. We've got internal users, administrators, instructors, employees within our organization. So these are the types, the members, and the guests. And we also have group types. So we've got security groups, which manage access to what resources. We've got Microsoft 365 groups, which helps with collaboration and what productivity. So maybe you want to collaborate and be productive, you can have a SharePoint site where you collaborate with all the team members within the organization. Okay, so that's that for the group types. Then we have a reward example. So maybe you can create a group, AZ-900 students. Once we assign the permission once, and then all students inherit the permission. So I already explained that. So it's as simple as that. So storage account access, permission assigned once, and access for all the members. I need to do it for Amma individually, do it for Kofi, do it for Akosia. You put it to the group. If you are part of the group, have that permission. Okay. Then without the groups, admin work, that's how it's going to be. You assign to user 1, you assign the permission to user 2, you assign the permission to user 3, all the way to the last user within the organization. And that will take a toll on the admin. Probably that person will even fit the job. So that's going to be very difficult to manage. Okay. And that will be too much work for the admin. That person will not even love to work for the company. So that's the beauty of Microsoft Entra ID. So with groups, we have AZ-900 students. We assign permission once to that particular group. All members will receive the same access. Simply SETA. So let's look at AZ-900, thinking moment. FIT wants to grant access to 400 students. Which approach is best? Are you going to assign the permissions individually? Probably not. Create a group and assign permissions to the group? Yes, of course. Create 500 subscriptions? No, that'll be too much work and too much cost. Create 500 tenants? No. So the answer here is B. You create a group and assign permission to the group. So in our next lesson, that will be lesson 26, we'll be diving into understanding authentication and authorization. So what have we reinforced today? Users represent identities, groups organize users, and groups also simplify administration, security groups manages access, and Microsoft 365 groups enable collaboration. So thank you for watching. If you need access to all our resources, head over to bit.ly/MCFFITTS. That is case sensitive. So like, comment, share, and I will see you in my next lesson. God bless. Stay tuned for more episodes. Bye bye for now.